Hello everyone and welcome back. You join us on our trip. We're going to have a wonderful trip. I hope you're going to join us with us on that trip.
I've been really looking forward to it, and finally the weather's good, so we're off.
The weather's not good, it's fantastic.
That's true.
In Scotland, this is top 5% weather. It doesn't really get much better than this. Even the motorbike drivers are already out in force today. Lovely day for that. We've had a terrible period of weather, but it's looking pretty good. Can't guarantee it because we are going to the west coast, but I'm not going to tell you where we're going. I'll leave that to a little bit of excitement.
Yeah, we'll just say that we've got to get a ferry tonight at 7:45, but it's not that far away from where we are heading, so we've left him plenty of time, so we can take our time.
Yeah. Things first, we've got to get some more petrol. Diesel. I did that once. It wasn't a happy day. So here on the left we have the Kelpies, a beautiful statue of a horse. It's not really a horse, it's a mythical creature. A little bit like mermaids, I guess, but it's beautifully done. They're actually huge.
Because they come out of the sea, don't they?
They do, they come out of the sea. But they're huge sculptures. When you get close up to them, they're as high as 2 houses.
Yeah, and you can go inside them. It's really a visit. So we're not going to Glasgow, we're heading to Stirling. Going
through Stirling, well, round it. There's the Battle of Bannockburn, one of the great battles against the English. There you go, Calendar, that's where we want to go.
Through the Trossachs. Trossachs have a lovely range of hills in this area.
One of my favourite parts again of the countryside are these trees. They go over the road, and that's what I love about summer so much. The way that you go through these little tunnels.
It's so green still.
Not surprisingly green because we've had so much rain.
Exactly. Lovely spot here by the river to have a cup of tea.
Cheers.
There's yours.
Just had a lovely cup of tea, which is great, by the river there, and we're coming out of Calendar. We missed coming into Calendar, unfortunately, because the battery went on the camera. It's a shame, really, because it's a beautiful, beautiful little town. I always get a little bit excited when I come to Calendar because it really feels to me that it's the beginning of the mountains and the sort of wilderness of Scotland. So here's a beautiful viaduct, looking a bit sort of broken. I don't think it's really working, is it?
I don't think it's a train line anymore, actually. I think it's the cycle path.
Cycle path.
Yeah, you can go from Calendar north. Don't know where to. Tindrum, most probably.
Yeah. Here we are coming into Tindrum, and here we have the Green Welly, which is a great stop-off after quite a long drive, going north or south, really. It goes up to Glencoe and then Fort William. And the other way, of course. But we're not going to go there.
We're turning left here.
Down into Oban. So we just done a little shop at Lidl.
I don't think it was little. It was quite a big shop.
It was quite nice stuff though. Nice bit of meat.
But we are going to be on an island for 5 days. I mean, obviously there are shops on there, but only little.
Yeah, not quite like this.
Not big supermarkets.
No, not. So we're heading off to the ferry now, and we are early. So we're wondering whether we can actually get onto an earlier ferry. You never know, with a bit of luck. Right, we've got to find the ferry terminal. The ferry, here we go, on the right here. A bit sneaky, it's not very obvious. But here's the ferry port, and yeah, maybe we should tell you where we're going now.
I think we should. So we're going across to the Isle of Mull, and then we're going to go anti-clockwise around Mull, so some of that, Tobermory, which is the main town, and then down to Iona.
Iona is a fantastic place, my favourite place in Scotland, and so the most beautiful island that there is in Scotland. Nicer than Skye, would you believe? So we arrived at Oban ferry port, and we were a little bit early, and so we were trying to get onto the previous ferries. I think it was a 6:15 ferry, so with a bit of luck we get there on that one, otherwise we've got a bit of a long wait to get to the next one. So it's beautiful. We've been wandering around the little ferry port, seeing all the fishing boats. It's such a beautiful day, unbelievably pretty for Scotland, this beautiful weather we've got at the moment. So here's the ferry coming to pick us up. It's not the little one at the front, it's the big one on the right. Great big ferry there. Here it is, getting closer and closer now. Pretty things, these ferries. So here's the ferry, turning into the port.
Incredible bit of steering from the captain here.
It's like he's got to swing the back out.
Yeah, he knows exactly when to turn. Back's going to swing round.
The back's really spinning out now.
Here you are, now I'm going to go home.
Excellent. Good bit of parking.
Docking, darling, docking.
Parking is good enough for me. We've got the football on tonight. Scotland's playing in the European Cup, so
Against Hungary.
I can't imagine the ferry being particularly busy tonight, so we've got a good chance of getting on it. The fishing boat going out. Funny shape, those fishing boats, aren't they?
Yeah.
Here we go, and then down into the belly of the ship.
Don't think we had any problem getting on everyone's
No.
back watching the football.
Football is on tonight. Thank goodness.
Following the Dutch.
Seen lots of Dutch vehicles. The Dutch are amazing travellers, they really are.
Again.
I see.
What a friendly chap.
Well, goodbye Oban. We didn't really stay very long, but it was nice while it lasted. It's good to be on the ferry though.
So we arrive in Mull, we're going to turn right and go anti-clockwise around the island.
Normally it's left we turn.
Yeah.
We just go straight to Iona, but we'll have a little tour around Mull.
Take you up to Tobermory, which is the main town of the island, where it's got beautifully coloured houses. And some of you might recognise it from the children's programme Tobermory.
Here we are approaching Mull. It was a really quick ferry crossing, so easy.
Yeah, I think it's only about 50 minutes.
Not very long at all. Here we go, we made it.
Yay!
We're on another island. Having some island life. That was so easy, wasn't it, Tanya?
Very easy.
And turning right, not left.
Right, so we'll head down towards Tobermory for a bit, but I'll most probably find somewhere nice to park now for the night.
I don't think you want to. You don't want to go into Tobermory, do you?
Not just yet, no. We'll do that tomorrow. 7 o'clock now. I think we've had a busy day.
Yeah, we try and find a
Lots of
place to
driving.
park. Park for the night.
And have something to eat.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock and we haven't really eaten much today, have we?
No.
Well, we finally arrived. We got off the ferry and turned right and headed down the road. We had a couple of false starts. We couldn't really find a place to park for the night. Some of the places were a little bit sort of right next to the road, but this is the place we found tonight, and I'm really pleased to be here. I'm a bit tired now. It's been a long day, but really nice, a lovely view. So we're just going to settle down and have something to eat. What's the time? 8 o'clock now, 8 o'clock in the evening now. So it's time to get set up and just relax. And tomorrow we'll cross our fingers that the weather's good as well. So we'll see you tomorrow. There's our fridge, all stocked up. Maybe you can see in there. Great to have a fridge. Good morning, everyone. I don't know whether you can tell, but the weather's changed. There's something different in the air. It is the west coast of Scotland, so it always seems to change. Yesterday was the most spectacular day that we've had for a very long time, and now it's like this. It was raining during the night, but it's still beautiful. It's still a lovely place, and this is where we parked the night, and we had this view here, which is completely spectacular. I think it's the Mull Straits or something like that there, and then the other side is the mainland. So just over there, it doesn't seem very far, just a stone's throw is the mainland, but beautiful. Hopefully the weather's going to improve this afternoon, so fingers crossed.
And off we go.
Here we go. So we're going down the road to Tobermory now, that beautiful little harbour village.
Very colourful.
Really colourful. You'll see the bright colours of it, but the weather's a bit grey and overcast, so it's not as bright as it would be, or colourful as it would be if it was in bright sunshine. Here we go, the entrance to Tobermory.
For those of you who remember it, it's better known as Balamory. Children's programme.
This is Balamory. Not Balamory, Tobermory. Oh, what's going on with there?
There we
Really
go.
colourful place.
It's lovely. We'll find somewhere to park.
Yes. Let's just park, shall we?
I think
Maybe we should have had our coffee here.
Yeah.
Is that one? No.
No.
We've arrived in Tobermory and it is lovely. Parking is a bit of a nightmare here, but we found a place eventually. But you can see it's a beautiful place, and when the sun is out, these buildings are so colourful. They're colourful now, but you see them in the full sunshine, and the blues and the pinks are really intense. So we'll have a cup of coffee here or something and maybe relax and wait for the weather to get a bit better. One of the great things about coming to the top of the hill is you get these lovely views, and this really is a lovely view. I love the sort of staggered distance of it. So you've got the house and then the next stone and the next part of it coming in. It's really giving that sense of distance, but really beautiful place. From up here, I think it's nicer than from down there. All of these houses have their gardens at the front of the house. So we can't really see the view as well because it's all a bit overgrown. That's a lovely view, and I love the garden viewpoint as well. Those two little chairs at the front. What a place to sit and have a cup of coffee. Better than my view at home. Well, that was a fun little stop off at Tobermory. The sun's beginning to come out, so the weather's definitely improving. And you can see the colours of the buildings a little bit brighter. It's got all the little shops you need, the co-op there. That's the only shop or big supermarket in the village. Very pink. I like it though.
There we go. And that was the story in Balamory.
That's a really steep hill coming out of Tobermory. Second gear. It's as fast as we can go.
We can do it.
Wow, it is steep round here. We left Tobermory and we came here. We were just sort of trying to find a place for having some lunch really. So nothing special. I wasn't expecting to do a painting around here. It's a nice view, you know, the lake and the mountains behind. It's a nice view, but I didn't think it was worthy of a painting really. So I decided to take a little walk, and then I found something that was worth painting. And I thought, well, this is the first place on Mull that we're going to paint. So it's just down this little path here. And it's funny how compositions come to you. Sometimes they come by accident. So come along this way and we go down here. It's So here's the view that I came across, and I like it a lot. I think it was really quite a pleasant surprise to see, mainly because you've got foreground interest, and I do like a bit of foreground interest, and the sort of quay there, and the little boat on the water, and the colour of the boat in the water is really nice as well. And you've got that interesting water-land sort of process as well, one of my favourite compositional tricks. So I think that's good enough to have a little go at a painting. Right, it's just a question of setting all the gear up. Tripod first. Take this off. So.
Okay.
So that's me all set up, and it didn't take too long. It's a few minutes and that's all, nothing really spectacular. But I have made a little change to my setup pattern. What I was finding was that my brushes were starting to roll off all over the place, which was a real pain, especially when we're on a beach and it's all sandy. And what I've done is that I've got these little sticks now here, and I've put a bit of Velcro on it. I don't know whether you can see that there, and I've got Velcro on the table there, so it creates a sort of barrier. So I've got one there and one on the other side. So the brushes can't fall off now because they're sort of trapped in that little barrier. And that saved me a lot of bother over the last few times. So I'm quite excited about this scene now, and I've done a preliminary sketch, which is this one here. I really quite like it. There's something quite nice about it, and I think it's the relationship between the boat here and the little quay. I think that's nice. Sort of tells a story. Then you got the water. Then you got the reeds coming on the mid ground, and then you got the water behind the trees and the big mountains in the distance. Nothing's really quite to scale on it. I'm not necessarily trying to copy exactly what's in front of me. It's an interpretation of what's in front of me, really. It's one of the benefits of being a landscape painter plein air, is that you're not copying photographs, and that helps. I think that helps the composition. So I've transferred my sketch onto the piece of paper now via a very mucky blue that managed to get onto the back of it. I think I put it on the palette, and it's everywhere at the moment. So the pencils drawing is all done now and looking okay. One or two difficulties with it. The boat's a difficult thing because it's moving all the time, and this isn't a photograph, so I have to pick a spot and then just wait for it to come back into that every so often so I can work out the drawing of it. So not the easiest part of it, but that's one of the ups and downs of painting outdoors. So there it is. It's just a question now of really attacking it and getting into it. So to watch the full painting of this, go to my YouTube channel this Sunday and you'll see the finishing of this painting. We're just going to give a couple of snippets of it now, just to give you an idea of what's happening, but the full part's going to be out on Sunday. So I'm trying to leave patches of lighter area where the clouds are. It's not an exact representation. You must never think that I paint it exactly. I don't paint exact representations of what I'm painting. It's always an interpretation for me, and it's the interpretation which is so fascinating. So I'm going to give a little bit more interest in the water at the moment. It's a little bit too plain for my liking. So sort of just give it a few different shades of values in there, because there is a ripple effect that going over it. A little bit more of a darker colour. So it goes in here, it comes out there as well. So that's the ore. Give it a sign it. So I think that's dry. So okay, here we go. James Potter. There we go.
Look at this fantastic view.
Wow. Not sure where the beach is. So that might be the beach that we were going to stay at, but we're not sure we're going to stay there tonight. Might stay up here, although it is very windy.
But I mean, there won't be any midges. Not that we've seen any midges yet.
It's 10 o'clock in fact, so you can see how light it is in Scotland at this time of year. It is amazing. It's a really great experience to have it light so late, but we do pay for it in the winter time. It's probably dark here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in winter time, so there is a price to pay for it. We've had a great evening though, and it's been quite sunny, or very sunny in the evening, so it's been really good. We've managed to charge up our batteries from the solar panel that we have, which is fantastic. I couldn't believe how good that solar panel is in conjunction with that battery, the solar battery. We've got so much camera gear now that it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and everything's got a battery to it, so we've got to spend a lot of time charging all this stuff, and we couldn't do it without that solar panel and battery, so that's been really great, and we've had a great evening here. Anyway, we'll get going to bed now, and look forward to seeing you in the morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. So we've woken up and we're having a cup of coffee quickly. Always feel a bit tired in the morning until I have my coffee. But this is the place we were at tonight, and we found this little bench next to our little camper van, and yeah, we're having a nice time.
Yeah, it's
cold though. It's not hot. It's midsummer and it's not hot.
I'm in my shirt sleeves. James is in a long sleeve shirt.
It's definitely not hot.
Moaning that he's cold, but it's not. Look, it's going to clear.
It's going to clear. We need to get the more power out, the solar panel out soon, but there's no sunshine on us yet, so hopefully later on we'll get some good power. We're running out. So we have a lovely view looking over the cliffs now. They're really spectacular. Mull's quite a sort of rocky coastline it has. Some very big cliffs. You forget how narrow the roads are in Mull. Really, really tight single track roads. Sort of teetering on the edge of the cliff all the way along. Spectacular scenery around here. We're sort of right at the water's edge, and we should be going up any minute onto those, I think possibly up around near those cliffs on the right. A lot of sheep. Oof, boingy boingy. Very picturesque around here. The cows in the countryside really, really do add to it. There's so many cows around here.
Now more.
Cows are amazing animals. The cliffs going vertically from the sea. Now we've got the fisher folk.
I think they're going to fish, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to fish. Good idea.
Yeah.
Lovely little house there. It was a farmstead, and really ramshackle, but really picturesque. And it's very open land. There are a few trees, but they're really just planted by the houses to stop the wind. But if they weren't planted, it's a very bleak place. Classic telephone box. You even see them here, in the middle of nowhere. How amazing is that? These dramatic cliffs amongst real farming land here. There's so many farms along this stretch of coastline.
Look at that house perched on there.
These little houses, don't you? Amazing. So here's an important junction on Mull. If you turn left, we go back to Craignure, which is where the ferry goes back to Oban. And if you turn right, we go to Fionnphort, and the port to the beautiful island of Iona. And it's a fair trek. It's 17 miles. Doesn't sound like very far, but on these single carriage roads, it is quite a long way. Here's a beautiful classic scene. I love this sort of scene, the old-fashioned bridge and the water coming through to it underneath the bridge. Really beautiful, perfect for a painting, but not today, but I will remember it for another time.
I'll see how cold it is, or warm it is. The rocks are very warm actually. Yeah, not too bad.
So here's the van. See where roughly it is, right next to the water. There you go, there's the water. First of all, we've got to charge the battery up, which is down here. Not reading that much power going into it yet. What, 9 watts, so not bad, not much, not enough. But in the distance over there, you can see the sun is on its way, which is going to make all the difference. So maybe about an hour or so, we'll be in full sunshine. So here's Tanya, hard at work making our videos. She's really good at the old tippy tappy. I quite like that word. It's quite funny.
I enjoy doing it actually. It's quite fun.
Just to give you an idea of where we are. Right, so we're having to leave here, unfortunately. They don't allow overnight parking, so we're going to have to move down the road. So it's a little bit of a fingers crossed moment, but we tend to find places. We don't really go into many campsites. We like the free camping, really. Emphasis on the free.
Although we are going into a campsite tomorrow night because we'll have to
That's true, we are doing that. We found this wonderful spot to stay for the night, and it wasn't too far down the road, just a few minutes. And what makes it so great is that it's completely flat and there's no need to get any chocks out to level it. So that's always great. We found this beautiful spot as well in terms of its view too. That's really nice too. So if you come with me, you'll see this wonderful little fishing harbour here. Then you come into the sun, and we've got the sunset coming now. That's why the light is so yellow and orange, and that's so nice too. And then over here, we've got the mountains that we drove past this morning, and they're looking great. They've got a little blanket over the top of them now, which is so nice. Anyway, we're going to have a nice night's sleep here, and we look forward to seeing you in the morning. And here are our neighbours for the night. Okay. Got to keep it clean. Can't have a dirty windscreen to have photography going through.
That's how you get a big lorry past you in single track roads.
It's Potty. Potty.
Harry Potty.
Yes, I did say in the other video the other day, Harry Potty, didn't I? That's a good coincidence. We had a bit of an earlier start today, and well, rush start. We didn't hang around in the campervan at all. We needed to get moving. This morning's got some nice-ish weather, so we're going to head across to Iona from the ferry port at Fionnphort and do some sketching today. The weather's going to clamp in about 12 o'clock-ish, so I've got lots of sketches to do and sort of have a little scout around Iona as well, just to find the best spots. Tomorrow the weather's looking, how do I say it, a little bit dicey, not the best sort of weather. So we're probably going to save the watercolour painting to Friday and have a nice day in Iona.
Well, they promised us sun on Friday.
Yeah, it's all
day.
They never know, do they? The forecast is always, well, probably 24 hours the most accurate. 7-day, not accurate at all in the Highlands. There we go, there's the sign for Fionnphort. They have a good car park on the left here where we'll park our car. It's a free car park, which is good. And there's the ferry in the distance, coming across. So that hopefully that's the one we're going to catch on the way back.
On the way back, yes, that's just left.
So coming up here to the car park. Do say you're not allowed to camp in this car park though.
No overnight parking. And off we go to get the ferry. Looks quite busy today. Lots of people going across. It's only a 10-minute ride.
So here we are at Fionnphort, this beautiful little port just off the southwestern corner of Mull. Lovely place. And in the background you can see Iona, the final destination of our trip. Beautiful place. I'm so passionate about Iona. It's such a wonderful place to go and see. My favourite island in Scotland. and particularly the north side of it. So this is the end of the first part of our video, and hope you enjoyed that. So our trip around Mull. Next week will be the trip around Iona and our lovely adventures on this place, and hopefully a painting or two, certainly some sketches. So anyway, thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.